So we've seen a huge return on our investment due to the fact that we are very diligent with practice times. And so we know parenting styles are different for everyone. Some people are a lot more permissive and they kind of let their children make their own choices. And so what we do know about learning, and what we do know about success and achieving goals, is that you have to make reasonable sacrifices. And that includes not watching TV, not playing video games, and sitting on the piano for 20 minutes and practicing. And because of the routine we have with practice, we've seen very few errors, very few mistakes with both of our sons. And, they get frustrated initially, but after the first 15, 20 days, they understand. And so it's a part of our day. Just like dinner and brushing your teeth and preparing for bed, piano is part of that structure. And that's extremely important, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to see your child not do well and then assume it's the teacher if you're not practicing. Because the teacher is meeting with your student for X amount of time, minutes, half an hour, but the return on investment is going to come from the practice time. And that's where your responsibility as a parent is in your child's learning.
I think it's important too to make sure kids don't associate practice as a chore. I like to make sure they still find fun in piano. And so it helps when they say, "Hey mom, can I play something outside of the book?" Of course. I want you to practice what Miss Holly's had you signed up for you to practice, but after that, play. Buddy, if you don't even know the name of the song, but it's in your brain, play it. Just spend that time practicing and putting your fingers on those keys and making whatever beautiful music you want. I make sure not to use words like "get it over with." And then because I'm an adult learner myself, I make sure to say, "Oh, mommy's right behind you. I have to practice too. I have to practice every single day, or otherwise I'll forget what I've learned the day before." So I think it's important to make sure the kids know that they're not isolated. Maybe sit with them while they practice. Number one, they're not by themselves. And number two, that it's not a chore. It's fun. And remind them, especially, it's very important to remind them when they've gotten to the end of a song that they struggled with so badly in the beginning. It was such an uphill task to learn that song, or it was so hard for them to get 2 fingers to move instead of all 5 fingers to move, and then they got it. Remind them, buddy, just a few days ago, you didn't know how to do that. And celebrate those moments, because it's as important to them as it is to us that they know, hey, mom and dad recognize the fact that I didn't know that, and I did. I learned it. I learned it all by myself. Miss Holly taught me how to do it, and I did it. So I think it's important to make it fun, keep it fun, and then remind them that it's going to help them in the future. Practice time it's a part of everyday life, and we have to do it. But like I said, I just don't like to use the words "get it over with" or "well, you got to do it," because I want to remind them that this is for them.
Yeah, it shouldn't be like a old, communist Russia ballet camp where the kids are just there, and it's mandated. But at the same time, you have to be.
They have to know it's
firm.
Part of their day. It's something that we do every single day, and that they reap the benefits of that, because on Friday when they're turning that page, they're so much farther than they were on Monday when they left Miss Holly's house. So.
Yeah, and it becomes part of their identity. They know that practice is a part of their day, and then they see themselves as a musician.
Yeah.
And so when you see yourself as a musician,
you're playing that song.
You're playing the song, but then you understand that practice is part of your time. You have to earmark your day to fit practice in there. And once they get it, then we have to remind them less. And I think it's important on the front end to take care of that and establish that norm so that it's not as difficult to motivate them to do it again.